Imagine waking up before soap, towels, bathrooms, and shampoo existed. Now imagine your bed was animal skin beside smoky ashes. Your alarm clock was probably a hungry stomach or someone stepping on you. So, did prehistoric people just smell terrible forever? Not exactly, and that is where things get surprisingly interesting. Bathing was not a luxury spa activity with cucumber water. It was survival, comfort, health, and sometimes pure desperation. A dirty hunter could lose warmth, attract insects, or annoy everyone nearby. A muddy child could bring grit into food and sleeping skins. A smoky body could hide human scent from animals. But a freezing river could also make everyone instantly regret life. So prehistoric bathing was not simple, relaxing, or even always wet. It was a daily negotiation between dirt, cold, danger, and common sense. And yes, someone probably invented complaining before soap. Long before cities, humans lived in small, mobile groups. They followed food, seasons, animals, and reliable water sources. Their world was not one single caveman lifestyle. Some lived near rivers, some near lakes, and some near coasts. Others crossed dry grasslands where water was precious and rare. A bath depended first on one basic question: is there enough water to drink after everyone splashes around? Because drinking water mattered more than looking socially presentable, prehistoric people did not have tiled bathrooms or private showers. They had rivers, rain, streams, ponds, wetlands, beaches, and patience. They also had hands, stones, leaves, grass, sand, and animal fat. Those tools sound primitive until you lose your bathroom for one afternoon. The people we are following today are hunter-gatherers. They live thousands of years before written history begins. They know their landscape better than we know our phone screens. They can read tracks, wind, plants, and animal behavior quickly. But they cannot just turn a metal handle for hot water. Morning begins with smoke, cold air, and stiff muscles. The group slowly wakes beside a shelter of branches and hides. Someone checks the fire, because fire is basically prehistoric Wi-Fi. Everyone needs it, everyone gathers around it, and nobody wants it gone. The first smells of the day are smoke, hide, earth, and bodies. Nobody panics, because this is normal human smell. Their noses are not expecting lavender soap and hotel towels. They are expecting danger, food, weather, and maybe trouble. Here is the first twist. Being perfectly perfume clean could actually be useless, or even suspicious. Strong artificial fragrance did not exist in their everyday world. The goal was not smelling fancy, but functioning well. That meant removing sweat, mud, blood from hunting, parasites, and irritation. It also meant staying warm enough to avoid getting sick. So when did prehistoric people bathe? The answer was often. When conditions made it worth doing. A warm afternoon beside a river was perfect timing. A cold dawn in winter was absolutely not perfect timing. The group chooses bathing moments around weather, safety, and chores. First, they must decide whether the water is safe. A calm stream might look peaceful, but animals use it too. Predators, snakes, deep mud, and fast currents could ruin everything quickly. So one adult checks the bank before anyone rushes in. Children are told not to splash near slippery rocks. Naturally, at least one child splashes near slippery rocks. That child then discovers prehistoric gravity, which worked extremely well. The others laugh, because humor is older than plumbing. The simplest bath is just washing with hands. A person kneels at the water and rubs skin with wet palms. They rinse dust from arms, legs, face, and hair. This is not a dramatic wellness routine. It is more like cleaning yourself after accidentally fighting a hill. If there is no deep water, They splash small amounts carefully. If water is abundant, they may wade in completely. Cold water shocks the body, especially before breakfast, so the bravest hunter makes a sound nobody calls brave. The others pretend not to laugh, because they are next. Hair is harder to clean than skin. Prehistoric hair collects smoke, grease, plant bits, and dust. Without shampoo, people use rubbing, rinsing, combing, and scraping. A smooth piece of bone or wood can help untangle hair. Fingers work too, although fingers also get tired. Some people may use ash or clay to absorb grease. Others use sand or fine sediment to scrub oily dirt. This sounds strange, until you remember modern people still exfoliate. The difference is, prehistoric people did not charge $90. Here comes the second twist. Water was not always the main cleaning tool. Sometimes dirt cleaned dirt better than water alone. Dry sand could rub away sweat, grease, and stubborn grime. Ash could absorb oils and help remove sticky material. Leaves, grasses, and moss could wipe skin after messy tasks. In coastal places, people could use seawater and beach sand. In forests, rain showers could become surprise bath opportunities. Nobody scheduled them, because the sky handled bookings. After a hunt, cleaning becomes more urgent. A hunter may return sweaty, muddy, scratched, and carrying animal remains. The group needs meat, but they also need clean hands. They rinse tools, arms, and cutting stones near water. They may scrub with sand, grass, or rough leaves. This lowers mess around camp and reduces unwanted attention from animals. Smells travel, and prehistoric noses understood that very well. A strong meat smell near shelter could invite dangerous visitors. So cleaning after butchering is not about manners only. It is also about not becoming tomorrow's exciting wildlife story. A young hunter tries washing quickly and misses one muddy elbow. An older hunter notices immediately, because elders notice everything. The elder points, grunts, and demonstrates better scrubbing. The young hunter pretends this was already his plan. Every human generation has invented that exact facial expression. Bathing also happens before sleeping sometimes. Dirt inside bedding makes hides uncomfortable and itchy. Smoke helps repel insects, but smoke also clings to hair. People may wipe bodies before crawling under warm skins. They may clean feet especially, because feet collect everything. If you share a sleeping space, dirty feet become community politics. Nobody writes laws yet, but everyone understands the problem. A small group depends on cooperation and tolerance. Personal cleanliness supports social peace, even without written rules. If someone smells intensely after work, others may tease them. That teasing is not modern cruelty. It is group management. The message is simple. Please stop seasoning the shelter with yourself. But bathing too much can create other problems. Wet skin loses heat quickly in cold weather. Wet hair can be uncomfortable during a chilly night. So people choose between cleanliness and warmth carefully. A clean person who shivers all night has not won. That is why fire matters so much after washing. Someone may rinse in water, then sit near the flames. The fire dries skin, hair, clothing, and mood. The warmth turns a miserable bath into a tolerable victory. But sit too close, and smoke replaces the river smell. Prehistoric life loved giving people impossible choices. Now let us talk about babies and children. Small children get dirty with breathtaking efficiency. They crawl, fall, grab ashes, chew sticks, and investigate mud. Parents and caregivers must clean them often enough. But clean means safe enough, not spotless like porcelain. A caregiver may wipe a child with damp moss or leaves. They may rinse hands before feeding or sharing food. They may remove insects, burrs, and dirt from hair. Children probably learned cleaning by watching older children and adults. They also learned that cold water is betrayal. Here comes another surprising fact. The earliest known bathing was probably older than houses. Water sources existed before permanent buildings, and humans used them naturally. Animals bathe, wallow, groom, and clean themselves too. Humans added planning, tools, social rules, and complaining. Grooming may have been as important as bathing. People inspect each other's hair and skin for lice or ticks. This sounds awkward today, but it strengthens trust. Many primates groom socially, and humans likely kept similar habits. Imagine an evening scene beside the fire. One person sharpens stone, another cooks roots, another checks a child's hair. That is not glamorous, but it is deeply human. Care can look like removing a tiny parasite. Friendship can look like untangling someone's impossible hair. Family can look like cleaning mud from a sleepy child. Soap, as we know it, comes much later. Ancient peoples eventually made soap-like materials from fats and alkaline ashes. But most prehistoric hunter-gatherers did not have regular soap bars. They relied on mechanical cleaning, rubbing, rinsing, scraping, and wiping. That may sound basic, but it works surprisingly well. Try cleaning mud from your shoe with only water. Now add sand, friction, and patience. Suddenly, the prehistoric method looks less ridiculous. Skin oils protect the body, so total removal was unnecessary. Modern overcleaning can even irritate skin. Prehistoric people did not know dermatology, but experience taught patterns. Wash too little, and itching or infection may spread. Wash too much in cold weather, and you lose warmth. The best approach was flexible, practical, and seasonal. In summer, rivers become more attractive. People can rinse more often, play, cool down, and relax. Children turn bathing into splashing within 3 seconds. Adults pretend this is annoying, while secretly enjoying the coolness. Summer bathing might happen after gathering, hunting, or long travel. The whole group may pause near water during the hottest hours. Someone fills containers. Someone repairs tools. Someone watches children. Bathing fits into daily life, not separate from it. In winter, cleaning becomes more strategic. People may wipe with damp materials instead of full immersion. They may expose only one body part at a time. A full cold bath could be dangerous or deeply miserable, so a winter bath might look like a quick wipe down. One arm, one leg, face, hands, feet. Finished. Congratulations, you have invented the prehistoric speed shower. Nobody gives it 5 stars, but everyone survives. Rain creates another cleaning opportunity. A heavy rain can wash hair, skin, hides, and tools. People may step out briefly to rinse, if temperatures allow, or they may hide inside, because rain can also be awful. Wet shelters, damp firewood, and muddy ground complicate everything. A bath is less exciting when your entire house is leaking. Still, rainwater can be cleaner than muddy river water. People may collect it in skins, bark containers, or natural hollows. They can use it for drinking, washing, and softening materials. Water management is one of humanity's oldest practical sciences. What about bathing in caves? Caves were not magical apartments with secret bathrooms. Many caves were temporary shelters, ritual spaces, or seasonal camps. If water dripped inside, it was useful but limited. People probably did not waste precious cave water on full baths. They might wipe hands, faces, or tools instead. Outside water sources usually mattered more. Also, caves could be smoky, cramped, and full of soot. So the classic cave person smell was partly campfire technology. Smoke kept insects away and preserved materials, but it followed everyone. A smoky body was not automatically dirty. It could mean warmth, safety, cooked food, and survival. That changes how we understand prehistoric hygiene. They were not careless people living in endless filth. They were practical people, balancing risks with available resources. Common misconceptions make them look cartoonishly gross, but hunter-gatherers often needed clean hands, sharp senses, and healthy skin. They handled food, babies, wounds, tools, plants, and fire. Ignoring cleanliness completely would cause obvious problems quickly. They simply did not define cleanliness like modern bathroom advertisements. Their standard was not, "Does this smell like citrus?" Their standard was, "Can I sleep, eat, hunt, and avoid bugs?" That is a very reasonable checklist. Another lesser-known detail is that bathing could affect hunting. Human scent can warn animals before hunters get close. Some hunters may use smoke, mud, plants, or water to reduce scent. This was not magical invisibility, but it could help. Covering scent also depended on wind direction and animal behavior. The best hunters still respected the wind more than deodorant. Plant materials may also have helped with cleaning. Certain leaves are rough enough to scrub skin. Some roots or plants create mild foaming effects in water. People learned useful plants through observation, testing, and memory. But they had no universal prehistoric shampoo recipe. Different groups used different methods in different environments. A river group, desert group, and coastal group cleaned differently. Prehistory was not one costume, one cave, and one hairstyle. It was thousands of communities solving local problems creatively. Even clothing and body coverings changed bathing habits. Animal hides, furs, woven fibers, and plant materials trapped dirt differently. Cleaning clothing could be as important as washing skin. People might shake, scrape, smoke, dry, or rinse coverings. Wet hides could become heavy, stiff, or damaged, so washing everything constantly was not always wise. Sometimes airing items near smoke and sun worked better. Sunlight, wind, and heat became prehistoric laundry assistants. They never asked for payment, only decent weather. The group's bathing day might end with everyone drier and calmer. Children stop splashing, adults stop shivering, and fire does its job. Someone complains the water was too cold. Someone else says cold water builds character. That person is probably sitting closest to the fire. The body is cleaner, but the camp still smells smoky. Dinner begins. Tools are arranged, and sleeping places are prepared. Tomorrow, everyone will get dirty again immediately. That is not failure. That is normal life. Prehistoric bathing was not about perfect cleanliness. It was about managing dirt before dirt managed you. It protected comfort, food, tools, sleep, relationships, and sometimes safety. It used rivers, rain, sand, ash, leaves, smoke, sun, and teamwork. It changed with season, climate, age, job, and local landscape. It could be quick, funny, freezing, useful, and socially important. The biggest lesson is that hygiene is not only technology, it is also knowledge, timing, cooperation, and common sense. Our ancestors were not walking disasters with clubs and bad hair. They were clever humans, solving everyday problems without modern tools. So next time your shower takes 2 minutes to warm up, remember someone once faced an icy river and no towel, and they still had to hunt, gather, cook, and babysit afterward. Maybe modern life is softer than we think, but here's the final question. If bathing was this complicated before soap, how did prehistoric people deal with toothaches, haircuts, and bathroom problems?